As you know, every week our guest presenter has a challenge. Earlier today, Patrick was given just 10 minutes to write a stand-up set. So are you ready, Patrick?
Oh yeah, I was born ready, Juliet, born ready. 10 minutes, I was given 10 minutes to write a stand-up set. It's going to be brilliant. What is it on? What's the material? Oh, it's on the student protest. Juliet, just for the benefit of people at home, and just so you don't suddenly think that I've grown some glasses, these glasses were hidden in my hair, and I'm slightly short-sighted, so what I've done is I wrote the stand-up and I put it on the auto cue. Here we go, Juliet, here we go, listen up, here we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, this week's topic is the student protest. As you've probably heard, students have been out there protesting. Now, a lot of the students did turn up to the riots with masks on, but the police could still identify them from the positioning where they were in the crowd. For instance, all the management course students were in the middle sorting out the protests, while the students with the communication degrees were at the front lines with megaphones handmade out of paper, while the students on art degrees were at the back of the protests making billboards and rolling up spliffs. And the PE students and sports science students were at home on their sofas in their pants, considering why they might be potential PE teachers for the rest of their lives. So they were easy to spot. Now, the police chief commissioner, on a serious note, did admit that they were underprepared for the student protest. They weren't expecting that many students to turn up, Juliet. They were actually expecting more of their parents to turn up with notes saying, sorry, Gary can't come today because he's killed the neighbour's dog. Or other excuses that students use nowadays. The police have prepared themselves for future protests. By doing this, they have actually employed the parents of the students to come along and stop the rioters. So next time there is going to be a riot, what they're actually going to do is going to line up their dads in front of the protest and tell the kids either go home or we're going to put some 80s wham music on, and your dads are going to start dancing, of which the students will be panicking, going, come on, Club Tropicana, drinks are free. Come on, kids, do you want your dad to dance? No, we'll go home. Now, one of the other processes they've been doing is they've been tapping into Facebook, and they're going to change the Facebook status of the students. So, because a lot of the ringleaders have been putting stuff like going to a student protest, let's meet up at Parliament Square. Instead of that, the police have been putting in, going to Primark, sail on, quickly come, Justin Bieber's in town, he's a fetus with a hair. Lovely. Fantastic. Okay, and finally, we got one more chance very quickly then. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot was achieved by the recent protesters. The world media attention all around the world has been watching the protests in Britain, thinking, wow, they've achieved something. The government have sat up and listened. Even the police have worked out they've got weaknesses in their police force. But the main achievement was by a load of students who randomly took home some police hats, a couple of police doors, and some police badges. So they'll be going to the next fancy dress party, but with some legitimate equipment.
Better that than having the old traffic cones, eh?
Yeah, traffic cones are great,
new take on
fantastic. You can have a traffic cone and a policeman's hat.
Fantastic. Well, that's a costume right there. Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you, Juliet.
The most recent student protest was yesterday, and over 150 people were arrested. We sent our underground cam out to investigate.
You're gonna smash the state? Yeah. Oh, you're literally gonna smash the state out.
How do I feel? What about them trying to ruin our future? I'm bloody pissed off!
Tactical kettle.
No ifs, no buts, no education cuts!
Maintain the Queen's peace. But historically, of the last two events, it has been violent, hasn't it? Do you agree?
Well, it depends.
Do you agree? You've seen it on YouTube. You saw people being very violent, so police officers heard.
But the media...
We're now joined at London Underground by Simon Hardy and some other students, Josh and Sam, who took part in the recent protests. Thanks very much for coming in, guys. Just broadly speaking, just if you could explain a little bit about how you've been involved in the protests recently. Sam, how have you been?
I personally just attended. I didn't have anything to do with the organisation.
Right.
And the main reason I attended was because, other than building numbers, I think the government need to realise that people aren't going to stand for being as apathetic as perhaps other countries think we are.
It's making a loud voice,
Definitely,
right?
Yeah.
Cool. Yesterday's riots got pretty big. I saw in the news that Charles and Camilla's car got kind of knocked around a little bit by the protesters. Simon, do you think that's kind of been something that's positive, that's helped raise awareness of the message, or do you think that's been detrimental, that maybe people have been demonised as just kind of troublemakers?
Well, I think Charles and Camilla are in the wrong place at the wrong time. But we have to understand that a lot of people on these demonstrations are working class college kids who are having their £30 a week education maintenance allowance scrapped, and a lot of these people rely on that in order to access education. So I think that, one of the reasons that people are getting so angry is the growing gap between rich and poor in this country, so I think it's understandable.
And maybe very positive that they were exposed to that in their car, from the security of their vehicle. Maybe saw that.
I heard the RSPCA were called in, because weren't they throwing sugar cubes at her in bales of hay or something?
But on a serious note, there was quite a lot of violence was reported during the protest. Josh, did you see, or did you experience any of that violence?
Sadly, the police who were trained to deal with those sort of violent issues weren't really applying their training. There were a lot of students who were beaten sort of while their hands were in the air.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't really...
So peaceful protesters were actually
peaceful protests being attacked. So a student actually at Westminster University had sort of his stitches put into his head from a police officer. So,
yeah. Oh God, that's awful. Because what you hear in the press is that there's actually,
it's very one-sided, the press coverage. It tends to be bad students, poor police, your heroes. But it is even. There are troublemakers on both sides that sometimes is missed out.
Well, yesterday was not only a big day for the protest, but also a big day because it was the vote, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The vote was yesterday, and by a whisker, their vote was actually passed in favour of increasing the fees. So what does this mean, Simon? Is this the end of the protest? What else can we do? What else can be done? Is it the end of the road, or what?
No, certainly not. As they say, when injustice becomes law, resistance becomes duty. And I think in the sense that this law has now been passed, our perspective is that we can stop it before it's implemented. The poll tax, for instance, was made into law, and then they had to withdraw it after popular protest. And in the new year, there's going to be a lot of demonstrations and protests happening across the country, so we'll be very involved in those.
So it's still a lot of energy going into this campaign,
Certainly,
a lot of stuff happening. Okay, cool. Well, all power to you, and thank you very much for coming in, guys. That's been really great to see you. Thanks very much. Cool. Thanks to everyone who took part also in our photography competition last week. We had some amazing entries. The winner is Rachel Wilson with this photo. She will be joining us next week. And it just remains for me to thank you, Patrick.
That's a great picture, that, Juliet. I'm taking that home. Taking that home. Who wants that picture? It's lovely, well done.
Thanks for coming in, my darling. It's been wonderful to see you.
Juliet,
You've been a joy to have on this bench.
Oh, it's fantastic.
On this bench.
Love this bench. I remember this bench when it used to be in Hyde Park.
Oh, hello.
Oh, yeah.
Now, to close the show, we have a student band that's had a massive involvement in the student rights protest. It's a three-piece thrash band, Rough Kittens, performing their hit, Animal. See you next time for some more London Underground. Thank you. Bye.
See you. Bye-bye. Oh.
I can't breathe the air around his life. What do I know? I'm an animal. Ain't that what you said? I'm an animal. I don't know any better, 'cause I'm an animal. I either scream in ecstasy or I wanna die, but I don't know about your pain. It all looks the same to me, but what do I know? I'm a wild beast, can't you see? The man who says he knows about your dreams. I'm the expert and you're the patient, and he pulls me like a zip. But I don't like it when they pretend, and I don't like his phony compliments. He says he knows, and what do I know? Am I the peaceful or I feel like breaking a wall? What do I know? I'm an animal. Ain't that what you said? I'm an animal. I don't know any better, cause I'm an animal. I either scream in ecstasy or I wanna die, but I don't believe you care one little gram about anyone's dreams, but just your dirty lies. You're a charlatan. Why do you lie? You lie, you lie. Now you've made me mad, and I can't control the way I feel. I can't control the way I feel. Can't control the way I feel. I can't control the way I feel. I can't control the way I feel. You see these hands, they're just a disguise for the big, big paws I hide inside. My smooth skin hides the softness of fur, and I'm gonna spend my time playing around with your blood, cause I'm an animal. Ain't that what you said? I'm an animal, and I don't know any better. I don't know, no thank you. I don't know, no please. I'm an animal, and I don't want your peace. No, no, no thank you. I can't control the way I feel. No, no, no thank you. I can't control the way I feel. No, no, no thank you. I can't control the way I feel. No, no, no thank you. I can't control the way I feel.